Nikola Tesla. A name that resonates with genius, innovation, and electricity itself. His contributions shaped the modern world, giving us alternating current, radio, and remote control. Yet, beyond the celebrated patents and groundbreaking discoveries, lies a more enigmatic facet of his legacy, a pursuit many deemed outlandish, even mystical. It is a story of signals from distant realms, and claims so profound, they were, in a sense, banned from mainstream discourse for over a century. What did this visionary truly believe about the other world? Born in 1856, Tesla's early work was rooted in practical engineering. But as his career progressed, his interests expanded into areas that challenged the conventional physics of his era. By the turn of the 20th century, his focus began to shift from purely mechanical and electrical inventions to more speculative fields, exploring the very fabric of existence and consciousness. This intellectual evolution laid the groundwork for his later, more controversial, assertions regarding unseen forces in communication with the unknown. In 1899, Tesla established a laboratory in Colorado Springs, a period he later described as his most significant. Here, amidst the towering transformers and vast antennas, he conducted experiments with extremely high voltage and frequency. It was during this intensely focused research, according to Tesla himself, that he encountered something profoundly unexpected. He believed he began receiving rhythmic signals that were not atmospheric or earthly in origin. This experience marked a pivotal turn in his understanding of the universe. In an interview published in Century magazine in June 1900, Tesla himself reflected on these extraordinary experiences. He recounted the peculiar nature of the signals, which he initially struggled to interpret. While he couldn't definitively pinpoint their source, he felt a profound sense of awe and a growing conviction that they originated from beyond Earth. This was not a casual observation, but a deep, personal revelation that would influence his life's work for decades to come, leading him further down unconventional paths. Tesla's initial hypothesis, perhaps fueled by the popular imagination of his time, was that these signals might emanate from Mars. This was an era fascinated by the possibility of Martian canals and extraterrestrial life. However, as his research progressed, his interpretation evolved. He began to consider a broader, more profound source, not necessarily physical beings on another planet, but potentially intelligent entities or a universal consciousness communicating through electromagnetic phenomena. This shift hinted at a deeper philosophical understanding of reality. By the 1920s, Tesla's musings on interdimensional communication had crystallized into a more concrete, albeit highly speculative, concept, a device he referred to as his spirit radio or telegeodynamics. This was not merely a fantastical idea, but a proposed technology based on his understanding of cosmic energy and vibrations. He believed that if he could tune into the right frequencies, he could bridge the gap between different planes of existence, allowing communication with those who had passed on, or indeed, other forms of intelligence. The spirit radio concept stood in stark contrast to the conventional radio technology he helped develop. While a regular radio transmits and receives electromagnetic waves to convey human voices or music over distances, Tesla envisioned his device as tapping into a much subtler, universal energy field. This field, he theorized, carried information from beyond the physical, allowing for communication with disembodied intelligences. It was a leap from engineering to what many would consider metaphysics. Key to Tesla's later theories was the pervasive belief in a luminiferous ether, an invisible, omnipresent medium filling all space. Though largely discarded by mainstream physics after Einstein's theories, Tesla held firm to this concept. He saw the ether not as empty space, but as a vibrant, energetic fabric capable of conducting not only energy but also information. It was through this ether, he posited, that his spirit radio would operate, resonating with vibrations that bypassed conventional matter. As Tesla's claims grew more abstract, the scientific community, which had once hailed him as a prodigy, began to distance itself. His pronouncements on cosmic communication and spirit radios were increasingly met with skepticism, ridicule, and outright dismissal. Funding for his more esoteric projects became scarce, pushing him further to the fringes of mainstream science. This period marked the beginning of his ideas being effectively banned from serious academic consideration, not by decree, but by collective scientific disapproval. The title "banned for 102 years" points to a specific period. While no government decree explicitly outlawed Tesla's spirit radio ideas, the period from roughly the early 1920s to the present day has seen these specific theories largely ignored, buried, or confined to the realms of fringe science and speculation. This isn't a literal ban, but a deep silence from official scientific channels, a suppression rooted in a lack of empirical evidence and the perceived unorthodoxy of his late-life claims. The ban represents a century of intellectual marginalization. So, what did Tesla reveal about the other world? His most explicit statements came from interviews and personal letters, particularly from the 1920s and 30s. He spoke not of a spiritual afterlife in the traditional sense, but of advanced intelligences inhabiting other planes of existence, or even a universal cosmic mind accessible through specific frequencies. He described glimpses of phenomena that defy conventional explanation, believing he was on the verge of a revolutionary contact with non-physical entities. In a profound statement from a 1934 interview, Tesla offered a glimpse into his personal philosophy, seeing himself as a conduit for information rather than its sole originator. He believed in a core within the universe, a central source of all knowledge and inspiration, implying a fundamental interconnectedness that human minds could tap into. This quote encapsulates his belief in a vast, intelligent cosmos, challenging the materialistic view of his scientific contemporaries and highlighting his more spiritual, yet still scientifically framed, convictions. Tesla posited that everything in the universe vibrates at specific frequencies. His spirit radio was designed to locate and resonate with these frequencies, acting as a portal to other energetic states or dimensions. He believed that matter itself was simply congealed energy, and by understanding universal resonance, one could unlock profound secrets. This wasn't magic to Tesla, but advanced physics, a physics that his contemporaries were simply not yet ready to comprehend or acknowledge, thus leading to its effective suppression. Upon Tesla's death in January 1943, the U.S. government, through the Office of Alien Property Custodian and later the FBI, immediately seized his papers, notes, and effects. This swift action fueled decades of speculation about what secrets might have been contained within his vast archives. While officially a measure to prevent enemy powers from acquiring his technology during wartime, the secrecy surrounding the cataloging of his materials added significant weight to the narrative of suppression and hidden knowledge, including those related to his otherworld theories. The seized documents were eventually reviewed by experts, including those from MIT, under a confidential initiative known as Project Nick. The official conclusion was that Tesla's later papers, particularly those regarding radical energy concepts and communication theories, contained no new principles or methods that could be practically applied. This assessment effectively reinforced the mainstream dismissal of his more esoteric work, ensuring his otherworld claims remained marginalized for decades within official circles. The file was classified, adding another layer to the perceived ban. Among the concepts consistently dismissed were Tesla's ideas on cosmic rays as information carriers, his perpetual pursuit of tapping into free energy from the ambient ether, and his assertions about direct communication with extraterrestrial intelligence or even deceased individuals through specific vibrational frequencies. These were not just scientific hypotheses. For Tesla, they were the very foundation of a future society. Yet, they were deemed unscientific, too speculative, or simply beyond the technological grasp and understanding of the time. The iconic Wardenclyffe Tower, often remembered as Tesla's failed attempt at wireless power transmission, might have had a far grander, otherworldly purpose according to some interpretations of his work. Tesla himself hinted that it was intended to be more than just a global power station. He envisioned it as a world telegraphy system capable of transmitting not only energy but also thoughts and signals across vast distances, potentially even beyond Earth. Its destruction symbolized the collapse of these ambitious, interconnected visions. Tesla's exploration of the otherworld was deeply intertwined with his views on consciousness. He believed that the human brain was not merely an originator of thought, but a highly sophisticated receiver and transmitter, capable of tuning into the universal core of knowledge. He posited that individual consciousness was a fragment of a larger, cosmic consciousness, and that through precise resonance, one could access vast stores of information normally beyond our sensory perception. This philosophical stance informed his pursuit of spirit communication. It is crucial to attribute these claims precisely. Tesla did not typically publish peer-reviewed papers on his spirit radio or other-world communication. Instead, his most explicit statements emerged from interviews with journalists, personal notes, and letters to friends or patrons. These sources, while valuable for understanding his personal beliefs, lacked the rigorous scientific methodology and validation expected by the academic community, which contributed significantly to their subsequent marginalization and the ban from mainstream scientific discourse. Despite the scientific dismissal, Tesla's otherworld theories found a vibrant afterlife in popular culture, esoteric circles, and the burgeoning field of alternative science. Books, documentaries, and online communities continue to explore these claims, often blending scientific speculation with spiritual or metaphysical interpretations. This cultural persistence ensures that his more radical ideas, though banned from official recognition, continue to fascinate and challenge our understanding of what is possible, keeping his enigmatic legacy alive. The challenge for any investigator is distinguishing between Tesla's actual documented statements and the legends that have grown around them. Many stories about Tesla's lost secrets or alien technology are amplified by a lack of access to his complete works or misinterpretations of his complex technical notes. Our goal is to present what Tesla himself claimed, within the historical context, rather than perpetuate unverified myths. The revelation is in understanding his true vision, not fictional embellishments. Tesla's legacy is sharply divided. On one hand, his undeniable engineering brilliance is etched into the foundations of our electrical grid. On the other, his later forays into fields like cosmic communication and free energy have relegated him, in the eyes of many, to the role of an eccentric genius. The number of his patents is dwarfed by the volume of unproven theories he pursued. This dichotomy fuels the enduring mystery and the narrative of his banned ideas, perpetually debated, but rarely officially accepted. It's important to contextualize Tesla's otherworld interests within the early 20th century. The era saw a massive surge in spiritualism, with widespread belief in communicating with the deceased. While Tesla approached his ideas from a scientific perspective, his pursuit of spirit communication inevitably intersected with this cultural phenomenon. This overlap likely contributed to mainstream science's reluctance to engage with his theories, as they could easily be conflated with pseudoscientific practices. Revisiting his concept of the brain, Tesla believed it functioned like a finely tuned receiver, capable of resonating with specific cosmic frequencies. He theorized that certain individuals, perhaps like himself, possessed a heightened sensitivity to these universal vibrations, allowing them glimpses into the other world of information and intelligence. This wasn't about a supernatural gift, but an innate, yet underdeveloped, capacity of the human mind, waiting to be scientifically amplified and understood through technology. Ironically, some of Tesla's earliest musings on receiving signals from space find a modern, albeit far more conventional, echo in projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. While SETI employs sophisticated radio telescopes to scan for artificial signals, the core idea, listening for intelligent communication from beyond Earth, parallels Tesla's initial Colorado Springs experience. The key difference lies in methodology. SETI is rigorously empirical, while Tesla's later claims relied heavily on personal intuition and an unproven theoretical framework. In recent decades, some enthusiasts have tried to draw tenuous links between Tesla's esoteric ideas and concepts emerging from quantum physics. Ideas like quantum entanglement, the observer effect, and the potential for multiple dimensions are sometimes cited to suggest that Tesla was intuitively grasping concepts that science is only now beginning to explore. However, it's crucial to state that these are speculative interpretations, not direct scientific validations of Tesla's specific spirit radio claims, and such connections remain highly controversial within the scientific community. The persistence of interest in Tesla's otherworld claims speaks to a fundamental human curiosity about the unknown and a desire to believe in possibilities beyond our current scientific understanding. His visionary status lends credibility to theories that, from anyone else, might be dismissed outright. The lack of definitive proof, combined with the historical narrative of suppression, only amplifies the enigma, keeping his more radical ideas alive in the public consciousness, even a century after their initial dismissal. It's also important to note that while Tesla was passionate about his theories, he was also, at times, cautious in his public declarations. He often presented his other-world ideas as possibilities or ongoing investigations, rather than absolute proven facts. He was a scientist, after all, seeking empirical validation, even for his most unconventional hypotheses. This nuance is often lost in sensationalized accounts, which tend to portray him as unequivocally stating definitive contact, rather than hypothesizing about it. The idea of banned knowledge holds a powerful allure. For many, the very suggestion that something has been suppressed implies that it must contain profound truths. In Tesla's case, the official seizure of his papers, coupled with the mainstream dismissal of his later work, inadvertently created fertile ground for this narrative. Whether intentional or not, the lack of widespread academic engagement with these theories transformed them from mere scientific curiosities into tantalizing, forbidden knowledge that continues to capture imaginations. In recent years, with greater public access to declassified documents and Tesla's broader personal archives, researchers are undertaking a fresh re-evaluation of his later work. This meticulous examination aims to separate the genuine scientific inquiry from the speculative, and to better understand the true scope of his ambitious vision. This ongoing work could potentially shed new light on his other-world theories, perhaps uncovering subtleties previously overlooked by earlier, less sympathetic assessments, bridging the 102-year gap of understanding. Beyond the science, there's the human story of Nikola Tesla himself. A genius often misunderstood, who spent his later years in relative isolation, seemingly communicating more with his own ideas and perceived cosmic signals than with his peers. His unwavering belief in his other-world theories, despite professional ostracization, paints a picture of a man driven by an inner vision, prepared to push the boundaries of conventional thought, even if it meant sacrificing mainstream acceptance and enduring skepticism for over a century. Could Tesla's other-world revelations still hold scientific merit that we are only now equipped to understand? As our knowledge of quantum mechanics, neuroscience, and astrophysics expands, concepts once dismissed as fantastical are beginning to be reconsidered in new contexts. It remains to be seen if future discoveries will provide empirical validation for Tesla's boldest claims, finally unbanning them from the periphery of science and integrating them into a more comprehensive understanding of the universe. The century-long wait continues. Nikola Tesla was, undeniably, a maverick. He questioned conventional wisdom, pushed the limits of technology, and dared to imagine possibilities far beyond his contemporaries. His other-world claims, whether literal communication with intelligences or a profound philosophical framework for universal energy, underscore his relentless pursuit of knowledge. His story is a testament to the idea that true innovation often lies at the edges of accepted science, sometimes waiting for more than a century for its moment of recognition. Perhaps no quote better encapsulates Tesla's belief in his other-world investigations than this one. It's a bold prophecy, suggesting that science has largely overlooked crucial aspects of reality by focusing solely on the physical. His spirit radio and cosmic intelligence theories were, for him, precisely this foray into the non-physical, a path he believed would unlock unprecedented advancement. This statement serves as both a challenge to conventional science and a powerful insight into the mind of a genius who saw beyond the visible spectrum. Despite decades of analysis and speculation, the ultimate truth behind Tesla's other-world revelations remains an open question. Were they the product of an aging genius's vivid imagination, a profound glimpse into aspects of reality beyond our current comprehension, or simply misunderstood scientific hypotheses that have yet to find their era? What Tesla revealed was a mind unafraid to explore the outermost limits of possibility, daring to conceive of communication beyond human speech, and energy beyond conventional wires. The ban may lift only when science catches up. The journey through Tesla's otherworld is not a definitive conclusion, but a continuous search. It reminds us that scientific inquiry is rarely a straight line, and sometimes, the most revolutionary ideas come from individuals who dare to venture into the unknown, irrespective of ridicule or dismissal. The banned theories of Nikola Tesla continue to serve as a beacon for those who believe that there is always more to discover, more to understand, about the intricate and mysterious universe we inhabit. His legacy challenges us to keep asking, what if?